alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all well. Myself, Nabiha Nadeem. So, in this particular video, we are going to deal with another cell organelle, and that is mitochondria. So, let's begin with the video. If I talk about mitochondria, so this word seems to be a bit tangling now. So, let's understand what this word means actually. Okay, so the word mitochondria is derived from Greek words. First is mitos, M-I-T-O-S. First is mitos, which means thread. Mitos means thread, and chondrion means granule. Okay, so thread granule kind of structure. Now we'll also understand why this is called so. No, so mitochondria is derived from Greek words mitos, which means thread, and chondrion means granule. Okay, now talking about mitochondria, so what is mitochondria first? Okay, so mitochondria are the double-walled, as you can see, double-walled. They are double-walled envelope where cellular respiration occurs to release energy. You know what an interesting fact? Mitochondria is also called the powerhouse of the cell. The powerhouse of the cell means where respiration takes place or energy is being generated. So that is why it is also known as the powerhouse of the cell. So mitochondria is nothing but they are double-walled envelope where cellular respiration occurs to release energy in the form of ATP. Okay, now typically mitochondria are sausage shaped. Can you look at the shape? Have you seen a sausage in a hot dog kind of? So these resemble that, right? Isn't it? Yeah, certainly. Uh, okay, so typically mitochondria are sausage shaped, but these may be granular, they may be rod shaped, they may be spherical or thread like also. So there are variations in shapes, no? They can be sausage shaped, they can be granular in structure, rod shaped, spherical, thread like, anything. Okay, it may vary. Each mitochondrion, okay, singular is called mitochondrion and the plural is mitochondria. Okay, so singular is mitochondrion. Okay, so each mitochondrion is covered by a double membranous bag. Can you just see this double membranous bag, this orange layer and this brown layer? So this is kind of double membranous structure. So each mitochondrion is covered by a double membranous bag. Okay, so its outer membrane is smooth. As you can see, its outer membrane is smooth. There are no granules or something. Okay, so there is no roughness on the surface. There's nothing present. So the outer membrane is smooth while the inner membrane is given out into finger-like folds called cristae. Can you see that the inner membrane has these finger-like folds which are known as cristae? They're called cristae. Yup, exactly. Its outer membrane is smooth while the inner membrane is given out into finger-like folds called cristae. Finger-like folds called cristae. Did you get it? Yup. Okay. Now the cavity of mitochondria, can you see these finger-like folds are there, and here you have cavity spacing, right? So the cavity of mitochondria is filled with matrix. Okay, it's filled with matrix. The mitochondrial matrix contains lipids, proteins, circular DNA, and RNA as well for ribonucleic acid and deoxyribonucleic acid. Okay, so this matrix contains lipids. Lipids means fats. Lipids, proteins. We have DNA, we have RNA. Okay, so all these things are present inside this fluid matrix, mitochondrial matrix. Okay. Now, apart from all this, if I talk about the functions of mitochondria, so mitochondria are miniature biochemical factories. Okay, mitochondria are miniature biochemical factories where foodstuffs are oxidized and energy is released. Okay, As I already told you in the very starting, that mitochondria are termed as the powerhouse of the cell. So mitochondria are miniature, they're very small in size because cell is really very small. So mitochondria, obviously, if the cell is very small, so the parts present inside that, the organelles and all, they'll be really very minute, isn't it? Yeah, exactly. So mitochondria are miniature biochemical factories where foodstuffs are oxidized and energy is released in the form of ATP. This energy is stored in the form of ATP. ATP is adenosine triphosphate. Hence, mitochondria are called the powerhouse of the cell because here energy is released in the form of ATP, adenosine triphosphate. Alright?